Hello and welcome to our cottage garden. I'm so excited because we're going to be taking a stroll through our long borders and our cottage garden and probably dipping into our shade garden as well. It's mid-July, it's a beautiful evening. The hummingbirds are out. I don't know if you saw one just kind of flitting through. They are so happy with all of the blooms. So I thought we would just kind of start to stroll through. I think we're going to break this up into probably several different videos because we have several different garden spaces now to look at. But this is going to be part one. So here in the very entrance, our cobia scandens, this cup and saucer vine, has grown so much. Every day we just kind of have to retrain it. But this is an annual climber. Beautiful. It's all budded up in tiny little buds. And we have morning glory growing up as well. So that's just so beautiful. The morning glory is already starting to bloom. Nice pink and purple blooms, which are really charming trumpet-like flowers. And our Zephyrin Druin climbing rose here is flowering a second time and starting to bud up again as well. Some crispy leaves and getting eaten a little bit, but that's okay. We have this other climber here. This is one of the Eden climbing roses. I can't remember the exact variety, but soft pink, very beautiful. Bert says that he gets a settle scent from this, but maybe that's just in the morning because I don't get much of a scent from it. If there is, maybe it's a coconut, but that could be my hand. Like vanilla? No, that is my hand. Yeah, my hand smells like coconut and vanilla from my lotion. But yeah, it's a really beautiful flower and it's looking a lot better. That one wasn't looking super healthy earlier in the season. So as we come through, the Boom Chocolata geraniums are just starting to go over, but we'll come in and we'll cut those back and then hopefully we'll get another beautiful flush of those. All of our annuals are looking really good, or I should say most of our annuals. This Ipomoea here is just stunning. I think this is the Bewitched Green with Envy sweet potato vine. So we have one on either side of the cobblestone path here, just looking spectacular. The Play in the Blue Salvia is getting big and beautiful. And then the fun thing is that our Amy, our Queen Anne's lace, is starting to bloom. I just think that's the most charming flower. It just looks like a painting to me. Just the ferny foliage, so many blooms, and it's just so gorgeous. Queen Anne's lace has that kind of quintessential little brown freckle, little eye in the center. Gorgeous. One absolute winner in terms of annuals this year is this Cleome. This is the Senorita Rosalia Cleome, and it is so wonderful. I love that kind of lilac-y, purpley, lavendery. I get more lilac than lavender flower. Just gorgeous. In one of my first gardens, I had this. So this was in our Northern California garden. I planted a bunch of this. It was an old variety, so it had the thorns on it, but it got huge. These are so happy, so beautiful, and they look wonderful, and all of the pollinators, the hummingbirds, come and visit them. This cashmere pink superbena, it's actually kind of like in between blooms right now, but particularly the one in our sunken garden in the back, which we'll probably show you in a different tour, in a different video. But that one is just amazing. The color is fantastic. And it is going absolutely crazy. So I love that one. Highly recommend. Then we have, growing up our birch tree tripods, we have our cucumbers and our morning glory, more morning glory. You know, in that kind of cottage style, I love to just repeat things throughout. And those morning glories have self-seeded, and so we have more of them from last year, so it really thickened up, and it's just really nice. And then we have the Diva cucumbers. Diva, and those are fantastic, you know, very thin-skinned, beautiful slicer cucumbers, but you can also use them for all different kinds of things, and they're just fantastic. Like you could juice them, you could, you know, grate them up for a little cucumber salad. They're fantastic. I love those cucumbers. We have lots of kale, lots of edibles spread throughout. Our echinacea is looking really happy. And This one in particular, the painted lady butterflies love this. And we see monarchs and swallowtails on this as well. But looking so cheerful. It's gotten huge this year. So we have 4 of those on either side, just symmetrically placed. And the Queen Anne's lace is just kind of spread throughout as well. Really fun to see that, but we'll probably go more in depth with that when we do the tour heading around the back. Our lamb's ear is just, it's huge. I mean, it has grown so much. If you live in the Northeast, I really suggest that you give lamb's ear stachys a try, because it's just a fantastic plant. I wouldn't say it's bulletproof, because as you can see here, we have katydids and grasshoppers that like to eat it. It's like they really, really go to town on it, and they kind of shred the leaves, but it grows so quickly that it just fills it up, and you kind of almost can't even tell. You know, I don't know how it looks on camera, but you kind of really can't tell. And if you wanted to, you could kind of come in and groom off some of the leaves that are looking a little bit worse for the wear. But then you have others that are just coming up and filling in the place. So it's wonderful. And they have that really velvety look in the garden, which just looks very charming and beautiful. A little spider web for good luck. Let me throw you in the back of the border. Mulch. So I love having the dino kale. Doesn't this look sweet? We come out here and harvest from this all the time, but honestly, that the benefit of cottage gardening and having these edibles in amongst our ornamentals is that, you know, it's getting a little bit nibbled, but really these ones, some in the vegetable patch that we have, are like really getting eaten. And these just look pretty good. A couple in the front look a little rough, but you always have something to kind of draw from. Our dahlias are about to pop. They're all budded up. So that's really exciting. And we've repeated the plain the blue salvia throughout. Lots of repetition throughout. This beautiful plum veined Mini Vista Supertunia plum veined, I think it is. Such a winner. I mean, even with so much rain that we've been getting, which brings in so many, you know, slugs, it seems like it's just happy, healthy, good to go. Oh, I don't think that the roses were really in bloom. These fairy roses, maybe they had just started during our last tour, but they are really going for it now. Even some of them are going over a little bit, but then new buds just erupt all over. It's just one of those kind of constant bloomers. And that's why, even though they look a little bit wild, it doesn't matter. I always want those, because they are just, they're so, so beautiful. There was a point where I was going to take them out of the borders and transplant them onto the hillside, but I've decided not to do that because, I don't know, I just love the look of them. They just fill up with blooms, and they're just so enchanting, you know? So beautiful. So I love them, and we're keeping them. Our alyssum here hasn't been, I think this is the Violet Night Lobularia. It's kind of doing a second flush here, but maybe we just had too much rain, not enough sun when it wanted it, but we're holding out. Hopefully that'll do something, because it kind of really beautifully marries the Supertunia Vista bubblegum with that plum veined, which is more of that kind of purpley pinkish color, and it kind of marries these two together in a nice way. So hopefully it kicks into gear. We have so many salvias for the hummingbirds. We have the plain the blue salvia that the hummingbirds come and visit. Rockin' deep purple salvia is their all-time favorite. That's this one here, and they just love it. Beautiful annual. You don't have to deadhead it, but it is really easy to just kind of come and kind of click off, like snap off the spent stalks. But I love that. And I love the dark calyxes and the beautiful, very rich, vibrant blooms. Those are just so, so gorgeous. I love them. How am I exiting here? I love how we've done the annuals in this bed. I really am so glad that we together came through in that vlog and decided to rework this bed, because I think these sun patiens are just looking so beautiful. They've really filled out. This one here got a little bit sun stressed earlier today, so it's starting to bounce back, but oh my gosh, I just love that. I love the repetition of the same color. So these two, I think, are the same color as those that are in the stack stone wall over there behind our peonies and our little armchair. We decided to swap out the bistro set for this little armchair just because the baptisia was getting too big for our bistro set for us to comfortably sit in there. So we'll have to kind of rethink that. But I think that's a sweet little spot just to look at out at the garden. And I just love how these are looking. Some of the coleus is trying to still stay in the game. This guy here, he's trying to make something work, which is nice. I like that pop of chartreuse in the border. And I like the veining on that. Actually looks really nice next to this what is this? This is like the frosted lilac or something like that. I think it's something like that. That is for a coleus that died. Never mind. But I think it's something like frosted lilac maybe. And the little buds on that actually kind of match the color, the stripes that are in that coleus. So that's fun. This big white begonias are looking good. The ones that we have in the pots lining the driveway are looking much bigger than these, but these are still just looking fantastic. But I just love our double impatiens. It's our little hedge of double impatiens. I mean, particularly this Rockapolco. That is just ridiculous. Here, I'll just pick one. We'll do a sacrificial bloom here so that you can see. No scent, but look at that. And it looks almost like it's been painted on, this little rosette. I love it. It's so pretty. And they've just really bulked out. They look really huge and healthy. Our Ipamia kind of matching in with the mulch here, but just creating this carpet that's really beautiful. I love that the new growth on that is lime green. It's just beautiful. And then, you know, all of our ground covers and things. It's just so fun. Here is our Pinky Winky Hydrangea Standard. And this is just spectacular. I love how the blooms come out in these panicles, these like ivory buds, and they open out into, they almost look like little butterflies, those first little blooms coming out. And then they kind of ombre into a pink, and it matches the pink of the stems. So if you're of a whimsical tilt, then I would suggest getting this hydrangea because I think it's the most whimsical. It's got competition over there, but it's up there. It is the pink stems alone is just like it's very, very charming. So Pinky Winky Hydrangea Standard. We have this standard and then this one here, and beautiful. And then we have just a Pinky Winky shrub there. Doesn't get as much sun, but it still has lots of blooms. So we'll see that, how that looks. Up here, our hanging baskets are looking pretty good. It looks like the dichondra is starting to trail down, even though we put it in so late. And also it's, you know, just one in there. Let me move you around so you can, here we go. How pretty. I love those silvery leaves. And same over here. It's just such a charming one. It's one of those things when you find something that you like, you just want to repeat it. Our daisies are starting to go over, but that's okay. This giant hosta has its bloom out. The hummingbirds love these. They just love kind of sneaking inside the blooms. And the cutest thing is when they get in there and their whole body fits in there, or when they get into a smaller bloom and it looks like they're wearing a hat, a flower hat. It's so cute. So that's just Whimsy, whimsy, whimsy. Here, I am obsessed with this combination of the beautiful, like light lilac, light lavender blooms of that hosta with this gorgeous Brawalia. This is the Endless Illumination Brawalia. It's this beautiful purple. And then our Nepeta blossoms. I just think this blossom with the Brawalia, with those beautiful, beautiful hosta blooms, that to me, for some reason, this whole area, like with, you know, the bird bath and the pulmonaria and the spessart geranium, the Brawalia, the Nepeta, the hostas, alchemillamalis, lamium, hosta, Jacob's ladder, tiarella, fern, foxgloves, dogwood, and then like the crowning glory of this insanely beautiful pinky pollen ring hydrangea. I just love that whole thing. I love it so much. And like, as you're standing in that direction, you can see everything is sort of facing you because that's where the sun is. So everything's sort of facing that way. And I don't know, it just looks like it's putting its best foot forward. It's like, I'm shining. It's so cute. I just love those colors together. It's sort of like different tones of the same color family in that purple. I love it. Sometimes you do things by accident that are really fun. Here we have one of the interrupted ferns from our property that we put in this container and hoisted it up onto a stump that's covered in lichen and moss. And it's really gorgeous. I think it also has turkey tail mushrooms on there. That's fun. And then we have more hostas. These don't look like they're going to bloom anytime soon. These non-stop begonias, I can't remember exactly which tuberous begonias those are, but they're doing okay. They seem a little bit sad. And I feel like I've let them down in some way. So we'll have to give that a thought. We'll have to have a chat and see what you need from me. But look at this hydrangea. So it's not happening right now, but like all day, it's because the sun has set, but all day, this is like it's like vibrating with activity. The whole shrub is like that because there's just these bumblebees that are like, they're frenzied over. Like they like land here and then they'll be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And they kind of like walk around in circles and then they just like stop and then fly to another one and do the same thing. It's so, so cute and so lovely. And they're just fantastic. And it's also covered in Japanese beetles, which they don't seem to be messing with it at all. This is from a caterpillar earlier in the year, but they don't seem to be messing with it. So I'd rather they kind of hang out here than mess with our other things. But I love how tall it is. And we have this one on this side. Finally found another one and it's got blooms all over it, but obviously there's that size difference. But that's okay. And we have our beautiful art that Bert put up made out of scrap wood, which is really fun to kind of just, you know, put things up as you can. And we have some morning glory climbing up it. I'm not sure how this morning glory is doing. We'll see. Hopefully it makes its way up and does a thing, but if not, that's okay. But yeah, I just really love this. I mean, the whole thing is completely covered in blossoms. And it really does, it's like all these things kind of sparkle in the back of the border. They're just these elements that really sparkle. And this one absolutely sparkles. So this is the pinky pollen ring. It's a lace cap hydrangea and it's just starts out that deep pink in bud form. And it has these little miniature flowers as the ring around it, like that. And then it opens out to this and it gets this softer pink color. Still has that ring of flowers, but this is where the pollinators just go crazy over. And then it fades to this. See, there's a little bumble. See him? He's so happy. Look at his little pollen sacs. Love ya. Love you, mean it. And this space has kind of evolved or shifted again. You know, during certain times of year, we want to use our space in different ways. So our fire pit out here. It's nice to kind of just sit and enjoy things. And this space is open. Usually we do our fire pit in the backyard, but yeah, it's just sort of nice to have options. And I think we're gonna keep looking for a dining set for out here so that we can have a bigger set that takes up more space. But over here, our stilbies have sort of gone over now. These were like late June, early July. Those creamy ones and the red ones, the really deep burgundy ones, which is fun. I love this space over here. Our little beans are looking good. Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about is that I was talking about this, and this might gross you out. So if insects and things like that gross you out, then maybe just skip ahead. So in a recent vlog, I was talking about how we have these aphids on this weed. It's like a cottonwood weed that's here in the border. And I didn't weed it because I was like, oh, this is like a trap crop for these aphids. I'd rather it stays on this than get onto one of our perennials. So I left it. They have taken over even more now. And I was saying like, oh, and there are all of these ants that are eating the aphids. I looked it up, and actually this is an aphid farm. And these ants are farming these aphids for their honeydew. You can look it up. There's a reason I did that in quotes. And it's just a crazy process. Again, I just feel like National Geographic right now, but that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. How crazy that they're that organized. But they are just basically farming them, so they're protecting them. So if I put my finger on one of the leaves, see, all of the ants are coming up towards me now. If you like put your finger on the leaf, they'll think that you're going to try and disrupt them, and they come and kind of attack you. They're freaking out. Yeah, it's a really crazy, kind of fascinating process. So if that interests you, nature. I'm excited to see all of our foxgloves bloom because they're really getting big, and they're first year bloomers. Usually they bloom for us in the autumn. So we'll see. We'll see how those do. I love this little space. I find it so peaceful. And you know, we have this sweet woodruff in the pot, lifted up onto another log that has, little stump that has lots of lichen and stuff on it. It's just really beautiful. Our begonia in there, just really charming. This hosta, look at those blooms on that hosta. I just love the blooms. This one is like sparkly white, just with whispers of purple, and it looks beautiful against that glaucous leaf with the yellow margin. Just so stunning. But this part of the garden really does feel kind of like, I don't know, like a sacred space or something. There's something about a shade garden, I think, that just feels very, you want to whisper, just kind of take your time and be quiet and sit, you know. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you like garden tours, if you like hanging out with me in the garden, like slow, meandering, contemplative walks through the garden. Subscribe if you're not already. We're a small channel hoping to grow, and it really does help us out. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Okay, bye. Happy gardening.